you can upload it from your
right, yeah,
rather shabby iPad. I'm sorry. You know.
Good evening.
Hi, Dave.
Hi. You're a bit blurry, eh? You're a bit blurry.
Yeah, I know. I got a terrible camera on my laptop, I think.
I don't know. You got a terrible fog in your bedroom.
Julian, even
No, I
Julian.
think
Hello,
it's
Julian.
just a rubbish camera.
Hello, John.
Hello, Julian.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
We're filling up.
Patricia should be in because she sent me some pictures.
Julian looks like a walrus with just his moustache showing, doesn't it?
Oh, he does. I don't know how he does it.
Where you gone, Don? We've lost your video.
Yeah, I'll put it back on in a minute.
All right.
He's just getting dressed.
Sorting myself out.
How many do you normally get, Jeff, on your Zooms?
We usually get about 7 or 8.
Oh, do you? Yeah, good.
Ian's not in tonight. I don't know whether Ian's coming in. As I say, Patricia sent some pictures, so I would think she'll be in.
Yeah, she should be.
Yeah.
Well, the temperature's dropping, guys. It's -3 up here at the moment.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Let's speak of the devil.
Lovely.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello, John.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Tony.
Hi,
Hello,
Patricia.
Wade. Hello, Jeff.
Everybody okay? Good.
That's a posh old backdrop you got there, Jeff.
Yeah, well, you ought to know what it is. You've got it on your shirt.
Well, it's not a reflection off my jacket, is it?
No.
It's reflecting off Jeff's head.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off in a minute.
Why? It's quite good.
We can see you. We can see you there, Jeff.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, that's blinding, isn't it?
That's better. Yeah, good. Okay.
Oh, Richard's on the beach. Yeah, I see.
Again, blue anchor this time, John.
Oh, right.
Blue anchor, is it?
Blue anchor this time, yeah.
John, are you able to, when we share the screen, can you put annotations so you can draw on the picture, or don't you know how?
That's complicated.
If you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Will you tell me what you want to draw, and I'll draw it.
Right, because how you do it on this iPad, I don't know.
No, okay, I can do it. That's right. That's not a problem. I've put all the pictures in one group, so I can run through them all in one go, one share.
Yeah.
But we've also got several videos. Different people have got to share as well.
What they rated?
Sorry?
What they rated?
Well, it might be
X-rated?
No.
18.
We'll leave that to you to rate them, John.
Oh, Roger.
Oh, Rog.
Hi, Rog.
There he is.
Evening, folks.
Hello, Roger.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Sorry, I missed a call from you.
Yeah, you did. That's right. Why phoned you? There's a virtual show at the trophy show in Belgium this weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Not this weekend,
Thank
next
you,
weekend.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, next weekend, yeah.
21,
yeah.
20, 21st, 21, 22.
That's right, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks quite good.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to do it then? Are they actually staging a show?
It's not a show, no, it's
what they
Facebook.
want. What they asked exhibitors or previous ones. Danny Hughes is doing some of the organising, and then they were asking traders if they wanted to do little videos to sort of sell their wares and all that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't even bother because we're not going to get back out there trading again, not with a rigmarole now.
No, won't be worth it. Will it cost you too much?
Well, yeah, and I mean the paperwork is going to be horrendous, as you know, truckers are finding now. We'd be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough sometimes when Chris, Dan, and myself go over in the van when we get stopped and searched and x-rayed. And if you haven't got the paperwork, that's
You
absolutely
won't go.
nightmare.
Yes.
You won't go.
Yeah. No. Oh, that puts that right then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see.
Couple of trees. You might, I know Adrian and Roger will probably recognise the hemlock that we dug with Jonathan.
Oh, right.
So I need some advice about what to do next. So I'll share screen. Hold on, I've got to do that first. That's better. Share screen. Oh dear, what's all that? You are screen share. I don't want to do that yet. I want to do put that way. That's better. Right, first one is.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian.
Hello.
Evening, Ian.
Oh, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You'll have to excuse me. I'm eating my dinner.
Oh yeah. What have we got tonight?
Macaroni cheese with pancetta.
Very nice.
Very
We
good.
share the wine with you.
What about that?
Right. Can you all see?
Shoving food in my face at the moment.
Can you see what I'm looking at?
No,
No.
No. No.
you're not sharing yet.
No.
I'm definitely not sharing it.
Hold on. I can't stop it now. Stop. Hang on. Right, start again. Share screen. Call up the video. I've done this before and it's worked before. Can you see that?
No.
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 It's all very technical.
That's
Oh, there you
fine.
go.
We're going now.
Yeah, it's going
Yeah,
now.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Right. Hemlock
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go.
in very expensive pot.
Yeah, nice pot, Tony.
And I put the ruler there so you can see how tall it is.
There's about 10 inches then.
A bit more than that.
You mean it's not a foot ruler then?
Different coloured threads on so that you can talk about the branches and what I need to do next. The trunk's quite nice, and as you can see by the paste on the wounds that I've already removed some of the branches just to thin it out because it was quite prolific down at the bottom there. Obviously the branches are too long, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have trimming to do anyway, probably substantial. And if we come round probably to what is the front, there's a root there that's crossing, which I'm going to take off right back here. It does have one or two smaller roots, but all of these are live anyway. I know it's got lots of roots because they're coming out the holes in the bottom, which I'll just tip it up and show you.
Oh, yeah.
That's grown
Yeah.
quite well.
So there you go. That's the hemlock. See, it's 31 inches tall. What's that?
Oh, was it 31, did you say?
Centimeters. But that's not the height of the tree, is it? You've got to take 14 inches off that.
Yeah.
That's
Tony, Tony, as you're looking at the picture now,
Yeah,
the left hand trunk. Go back.
hang on. There.
Stop there. Right, stop there. That left hand trunk.
Yeah.
How much in a way of branches is there on the right hand side of that left trunk?
Well, you can see. Can you see what I'm doing with my
Yeah.
foot?
Yeah, that's branches there.
There's
Now,
one-
is the top of that, which is the deadwood coming off of the big trunk?
yeah, the big one on the
Right.
left, on the right.
Yeah. Right. I personally, looking at it at the moment, don't like it.
No,
This is my personal view of it. The where it splits apart as to two trunks, they're very parallel for what looks like probably a couple inches. Then you got movement on the left one. If
Yeah.
it was my tree, because what you got to bear in mind that hemlock is quite a dainty tree the way it grows. It's not a hefty tree.
right.
It's very, very almost effeminate. At the moment, that looks like a U.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And I think a lot of people try and style hemlocks like U's, and it's a totally different species.
All right. Before
No.
you go any further, there's
Yeah.
more than two trunks. Follow the tree round as we go round,
Yeah.
because there's more than two trunks.
About 20 inches.
Right. Okay. Because what I was going to say is, looking at it at that angle,
Yeah.
if you remove that big trunk, the right-hand one,
Yeah.
even if you made a little feature on there, it looks as though the left-hand trunk, you'd actually bring in quite a bit of taper. There's a bit of movement in it as well. Where is that? Can you spin it round and let's have a look at the back of it where you said there's some more trunks?
Hang on. There. You can see them there on the left.
Yeah.
You see, there's loads of them. There's one there, look, right in front with the pink ribbon on it. There's another one, right, there's a middle one with the bark off it, goes right out through the middle. And then there are branches rather than trunks coming out all from the same spot.
You see, if you're going to have it as a multi-trunk, you'd almost want to lift that soil level right up to where all the trunks are coming out.
Okay.
Now, hemlock doesn't necessarily root that easy, doing it as an air layer, which is what you would almost do.
Right.
And it doesn't suit trees when they're all multi-trunk, so far up the trunk.
Right.
But I'm trying to look, and from that view there,
yeah,
I'm eliminating it in my mind, that big trunk.
On the right.
And I'm thinking, on the right. And I'm thinking, you see, you've got that left-hand trunk. To me, it looks as though it's going up. There's a bit of movement in it, which you could start to get it a slightly more, effeminate sort of looking tree, much lighter. Because with hemlock, you do need to cut them back quite hard to get a lot of new shoots.
All right.
Hemlock, for those that haven't grown hemlock before, hemlock are very hungry trees. And if you use something like NMAG in the soil mix when you pot them up, they do really grow. I mean, I repotted one last year, which was really neglected. And I wired it up in a club up at Bristol. We wired up a big, tall, multi-trunked tree. And it was very sparse, but I put a load of NMAG in there, and that is looking really lush now. Put a lot of foliage on, but I've got it where there's lots of plenty of fine foliage. So you do need to cut those hefty ones back and try and create more. But you want to try and keep it much finer looking than almost try to copy what would be a yew tree effect.
Okay. So whereabouts would you suggest? Hang on, because I've got to let go of the timeline for a minute so that I can move the cursor. So chop it off here.
Yeah.
Okay. And leave So to all of this.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put a little feature in, do a sort of a stubby gin down there, you could do. But a lot of the long growth all the way around, except for leaving a leader to get some height on it, because it would be quite nice to actually get it a bit more height into it. But all the side branches, bring them back in and let them regrow.
Right. What, the side branches that are left on the trunk?
Yeah. Yes. Cut those back a bit. Get them to shoot out more, because hemlock does shoot from further back on the branches.
Right. So what about this one on the right here then, with the pink string on it? Because that's going to be on what's left behind, isn't it? There's one with the green.
Yeah.
That string there.
Yeah. So that pink one is going to be the rear trunk or rear branch, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's cutting back.
Okay.
Getting that to side shoot, and you can always start to bring some of those branches, put some wires on them, attach them to the rim of the pot, bring them down a bit.
Yeah. Brace branches.
You see, the bigger of the two trunks is very, very straight.
Yes.
And loads of yew trees grow like that as well. And it's very difficult to get what I call a nice style tree, out of trees like that, where you've got straight, stiff branches coming out. And if you look at what trees people do have around, they nearly always just gin them off. And you've got loads of gins on there, shari and that on there with very small amount of foliage.
Right.
But I'm just saying you could do something else and make more of a tree out of it rather than just gin and everything inside.
Okay.
Because if you look at the branch you got with the white wire on it.
Yeah. Oh, this one?
No, yeah, that one. If you take branches like that, so you've got no buds towards the trunk.
No.
And it's going to be very hard to get anything further back on low branches like that. So if you can start to get your branching going, a little bit further up, but where you have got branches like that, that one's dead opposite the one on the left.
Yeah.
Which you don't want. So you may be able to slip off one or two of those as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Any other comments? Anyone else?
Would you reduce the height a bit, John?
No, I'd on that, what I would take in as the new trunk, I would let that top grow on up. All right, so that will draw up the vigor into the tree to keep it really growing.
Yeah.
You can always cut it back down again, you say.
Yeah, sacrificial, yeah.
Yeah, but if you chop it off, then what you're going to do, you're going to almost replicate what's happening at the moment, where your side branches are going to come out and they'll side shoot out, and they'll try and come up as new leaders. Where if you leave one main leader up there and then cut that back at a later date.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, can't wait to get the loppers out.
John, what type of fertilizer would you recommend for a hemlock?
Well, I put a lot of NMAG in there last year in mine, and it's really giving it the works. It's looking really good.
Well, as you can see, there's NMAG on the top of the surface here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last. That was the last feed in the autumn.
I always put NMAG in the mix.
I know it's a bit late for me.
Yeah.
When I repot it in a couple of weeks' time, possibly even next week, if I can find the pot, yes, I'll do that. I'll put NMAG in the mix.
Yeah.
John, how do you get on with wiring hemlock?
Fine. Yeah, they do wire all right. And do you know what? That is one of the other few evergreens up here I got, which has got wire still on it. And I was actually looking at it. Funny enough, I was actually looking at it today because I was just looking around what things the cold weather has knocked out because I had a few ligustrums out and about, and their like leaves are shriveled up. And
Yeah.
I looked at the hemlock and I thought it hasn't even touched it. And I thought the wire's still on there, and it looks okay. But it's got twice the foliage on it since I repotted it last spring.
No, the reason I ask is I find that when I wire them, they spring back again.
Yeah, they are very difficult, but you want to leave the wire on until they really mark it. Let it bite in. Let it bite in.
Okay.
You know, obviously you don't really want to do that too much on the bigger, you know, the thicker end of it, but the smaller twigs on there, let it bite in. I think sometimes we're in a hurry to take wire off. It's like when we wire junipers. You know, we'll wire junipers, we start to see the wire bite in. Oh, got to get it off. But in Japan, they deliberately leave the wire on for anything like 4 or 5 years until it really bites in. Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay, thank you. Moving swiftly on, I'll get rid of that one and move on to this crab apple that I grew from seed. I've still got the mother. It's been in that pot since I potted it from a seedling, a yearling. I cut it back once up here, and it keeps going. There's 3 years growth there. At 1, 2, 3, and again, it's only about that deep. I've put a block in the bottom to raise it so you can see.
Ah, right. Yeah.
This surface.
Right. Well, you know where you're going to cut that one off to now, Tony, don't you?
Yeah.
It's standing out a mile.
There. Yeah.
Take it off there. Take it off there. And then if you let that grow, now if you follow, go back, if you can, go back. Right. Okay. Now you see where you got that yellow wire on?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Well, the following year, take the left-hand side of the wire off, and then you can let that shoot take on up as the leader. So you put that informal movement into the tree.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, thank you. Well, so would I not be taking something off up here at the moment? Because this is going to.
No,
we want that.
You could. I want that one to go up, right?
Yeah.
But to thicken where it comes out the base of the trunk at the moment.
Yeah.
The technique I use, I want everything to go into that shoot going to the left.
Okay.
Right. Then the following year you cut it back.
Okay.
So then where that is coming away from that main trunk, where you're going to do that cut on the big trunk.
Yeah.
That will help that to callus over quicker, and the differential between the thin branch and the thick trunk will become less.
All right. Shall I leave, when I chop it off, shall I leave a bit for dieback?
Yeah, I would, just a little bit on there, and you can nibble that away, you know, say after a year or so, because apple does tend to die back a little.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Okay, I'll let it go for a minute then. Where's my voice?
I've already cut it once. It's got quite a nice movement in the trunk, but it is congested down here. This is where I cut it previously, in here, and that's the growth probably a couple of years ago, and that's the growth that's come in the last 3 weeks.
Tony, all those lower branches,
yeah,
in the spring, if you just reduce all those little shoots that are going upwards,
yeah,
and you can put some wire ties onto the pot and pull those down a bit.
Right. Hang on.
I mean, with crab apple, it's like one in the garden. You can really hit them back hard, and then they just reshoot.
Yes. Well, as you've seen, you can see how much this growth there is in a year. Look,
that's the growth.
That's 1 year. That's 2 years, and there's another lot on top for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
I'll let it
Working
go.
away well. Got some good roots. Not sure where to go with it next. Needs a bit of some ideas for something, clearing some of this out down here. That's got a few buds. I've taken the tip buds out. I don't want the branches to get too much longer. But I haven't removed any lower branches apart from the one in here, because I'd like to bulk up the trunk a little bit more. Obviously these roots need attending to. And then it's not sitting in the bottom of its pot. I've got a block about there.
Yeah, those low branches, as well as just taking the small shoots off, or the small twigs, you can probably shorten those to about between 6 and 9 inches.
Right. What, the uprights?
Now the uprights and the length of them. If you look at as that picture stands now,
yeah,
that first branch going out on the right,
yeah,
you can probably take that off to there's a little shoot. If you count those upright ones growing up off of it, 1, 2, then you got a little piece.
yeah.
Yeah, cut it back to about there.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you want to try and wire that, bring it down. But bear in mind, crabapple can be a bit brittle. So go very careful trying to wire it down, and then just cut that back.
Right.
Crabapple always tends to grow upright.
Right, okay. Yes, I found that on some of the others I've got. So cut the red string back to small shoot. I've got to write it down or I'll forget.
Well, where you said those branches grow up, I've got a crabapple in the garden which I'm trying to make into something, and I pulled all the main branches down, so they're horizontal, and then there was something on top of it. Now during this year, they're all shot up 2 to 3 foot, and I cut them off the other year. So what should I keep doing? Do I need to keep cutting them off?
Yeah. They'll keep shooting up all the time. They don't suddenly stop from growing up. You know, every year, the big crab apples that I've got here, you know, as bonsai, I get shoots coming up all the time. But every year I cut those right back.
Right. I do it in the spring.
Yeah, I've tended to do it in the spring. You know, though the correct time to do apples is sort of going into this period now, February time. But obviously with the cold at the moment, I wouldn't do it.
No.
But you can do it in the spring. It'd be fine.
Right.
I've got some in the ground as well, John. This is only one. I've got 3, I think, in the raised bed.
Yeah.
Again, to bulk up the trunk. But they've been in for 2 years now, maybe 3, and aren't putting on as much weight as this one.
No. How long's that one been in the pot?
About the same time as the others have been in the raised bed.
Right. What are you feeding this? What are you feeding the one in the pot with?
I can't remember because I've been trying all sorts of things. Usually Tomerite and seaweed.
Right. Well, you'll probably find what you're feeding the one in the pot more than the ones in the ground.
Yeah, taking more in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, possibly, but not obviously, because everything in the raised bed gets fed at the same time as everything in the pots. Because I've got Kojo no Mai in the raised bed. I've got blackthorn. I've got pines. Some of those that you gave me, John. Some of the old ones.
But remember, the difference is, Tony, is it's concentrated in the pot.
Yeah.
And the ones in the raised bed outside, what you water in there can be washed through anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's the beauty of using pelleted fertilizer like NMAG. That it's slow releasing all the time. But when you use soluble feeds, like Tom Wright and all of that.
Yeah.
You water it in, but if you get wet weather, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Point taken. All right.
You know, when it's in the ground, it's surprising what you can put in the ground to feed it. I mean, you're trying to bulk it up. You could even put stuff in like Growmore and things like that as a pelleted form.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some.
Yeah.
Right. So those in the ground, I mean, you suggested I cut this one off here.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you cut those in the ground now?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a similar way?
Yeah, same way.
Looking
I mean,
for-
all I was ever doing with my ground, my land, when I had all those trees planted out there, was every year, normally in the spring, I cut them all back down, and I would let those grow in a season. In a season, they might grow anywhere between 4 or 5 feet in a year.
Yes.
But I would knock it right back down.
Okay.
Or that's how you create nice, thick, stout trunks with movement.
Okay. Right. Lovely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learned a lot there. Thank you. Right. I've got to stop sharing now. If I can find out, reduce this. Where am I? Get rid of that. Stop share.
That's better.
Done it.
Right. Thank you for your patience.
Okay.
Who's next?
David, you want to run yours?
Go. Share screen. And then this is what I want to put on there. There you go. Instant. Right, that's where we begin.
Can't see it. It's not there yet, Dave.
You're
not sharing.
And I?
No.
Tom, my sharing.
Got to do it twice. There's 2 places to do it, Dave.
Where's that then, Joe?
No.
I haven't got another space here.
There's one at the bottom of the screen in the middle, below all our pictures.
I did that, yeah.
And the one on the right?
One on the top. Once you've gone through, there's a share on the top. No? Let me just check. Hang on.
Yeah.
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 That's better.
What can you see? You see it? Oh, hang on.
No, you got to start it yet.
Right, okay, there we go. Hopefully. Well, that worked just now. Lovely. It's disappeared completely. Should have it now.
That's
got
it.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Got it.
Okay.
How'd you grow those labels, Dave?
They're very, very simple for those bits of wall you've got.
Oh, right.
Here they're in sequence as well. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
That's because I can count.
We got a couple of still pictures of this, John. So
yeah,
we can talk about them when we get the pictures.
These are the oaks that Dave Gladwin shared out with us.
Right.
That big bag that he brought into Taunton.
Right. Looking at it there.
Yep.
On that picture. Yeah. Right. That's your front. Yeah. Okay. Is that tree at the back bigger?
I think that might be the back, John.
That is the front there.
Shouldn't
There's
be.
Can you turn it
round?
Yeah, right the way round, please.
Wait till I go.
That's back.
That's that one's bigger, isn't it? The one in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see, Dave, you got the biggest trees around the back, which is the wrong way around. That big one needed to be in the front, and probably the one to the left. I'd probably reorganize it and have that as the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, looking at it, the tree, which is number 3, you need to pull that one back in a bit, right? Because that's getting very big to be on the outside. and you're going to lose the sort of triangulation of the group. The main tree, the big one, wants to be the tallest tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one on the right is going to push out beyond the distance. It'll be out of concept. It'll be out of the. It would be wrong. It needs to be reduced back a bit. Right now, on the left-hand side, number 5.
Yeah.
You want to try and pull that one down to the left a bit.
Not what, like number 1.
Like number
1.
Like the one on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get that balance of, the group is like growing. It's growing on a hummock or on a hill, and it's splaying out left and right.
Yeah.
Right, because it's very congested there between 5. I can't see the numbers. So between the big one and number 5, it's very, very congested there.
Yeah, that's a triple trunk there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, and they're at the moment they're wired up to separate them a bit.
I was just going to say you need to get that wire off.
Jeff, you took the words out my mouth.
Well, then they're all bunched together, I think. Then.
No matter, you'll do it again later.
Yeah.
Right.
See, we were discussing this on Wednesday's meeting, and some people were not aware if you leave wire on trees in the winter, you can do untold damage to them. And oak is another species that don't like being wired in the winter, especially if you get heavy sub-zero temperatures on there. You often find you'll lose those branches.
I've taken my wires off now, John.
Well, I'm not sure.
They've come off.
Yeah. So if you get your wire off.
That's all the wire that's on there. There's wire on tree 2.
Yeah, lower down. Get that off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want all the wire off those trees.
Okay.
All right. I'm thinking of not your health, but the health of the group.
Okay.
Right. So when you can rewire again, so let's start saying in terms of around about April time, I'd like you to wire number 5 and bring that more to the left, going out on an angle like the one on the right-hand side. So you bring that one down. The main tree in the middle, I'd be tempted to say 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th tree in from the left, which is also going to split.
This one here. This one's got
yeah, that one.
It's a triple trunk, double trunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd almost be tempted to say to you, take that left-hand trunk off.
That's tree 1, 2.
We've got a couple of still pictures of this, John, which you can look at a bit closer.
Oh, all right, Jeff. Yeah.
I just want to turn that because I've got a feeling the thick trunk there is leaning back now.
Yeah, it is.
Instead of leaning forward. That was planted up. You see?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So what you'll need to do, that main big trunk, you need to really try and pull this way to the opposite way.
Yeah.
You need to try and get that to come over this way.
And do you think wire would do that?
When was that put together? When was it constructed?
Beginning of last year, I think.
Right. Well, I reckon you've got movement where the roots haven't probably all fused together. You can probably lever that over the whole trunk.
Okay.
I reckon that would move over without wiring.
Okay.
And what I would do up the top of those trees, I'd try and clean out a lot of those shoots a little bit. Just thin it right out.
I haven't done any work on that. As I say, it's only planted up last year.
Yeah.
Out of the ground, and I've just let it settle itself in, really. So I haven't done any. And normally I would have taken off all the little end tips off of them branches, but I haven't done any of that. So that's really what I need to do this year, I think.
Yeah. I think probably on the whole lot there, you can probably take off probably about 40% of all the little twigs under the shoots. The ones that are especially going quite long, reduce them back.
Yeah.
But you've got, what should I say? It's like little witches' brooms forming on the ends and that.
Yes.
You know, try and take out some of those shoots. You know, those extra long ones that go out from the junction. Take them away. Get rid of them.
Right.
But I think if you bring that number 5 down on an angle,
yeah,
bring that main tree, the big one,
yeah,
this way, so the opposite way, you might get away there with not cutting that other trunk off behind it.
right.
But you want to pull it what would be forward as we're looking at the picture. Bring it forward and also tip it to the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still with a group, still think on the overall picture is still slightly a triadic shape. I see too many groups where they're just almost flat across the top, you know, and you don't want to do it like that. You want to get some sort of shape into it.
Well, that's not planted it up like that, but obviously I've got my main tree, which I thought was the right place at the back. But
right, Dave. If you look in the countryside and you look at a copse of trees, which tree always looks the biggest one that you're looking at?
The first one you see.
Correct. Yeah. Right. So this is why, and when I'm teaching, putting them together, well, I always say you put your biggest tree at the front. It doesn't matter where it's in the middle, to the left, to the right, but it needs to be in the front. And then try and taper it back to the sides and to the back.
Yeah.
And you get that three-dimensional look to it.
Okay.
That branch that's going out to the right at the moment is almost threatening to be bigger than the main tree.
That's right.
All that growth. So that's got to come back quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's hitting back a lot.
What are we talking about, Charlie?
Number 3, isn't it?
Number 3, this one.
No. Have you got 2 number 3s?
No, that's
the one on the right.
1, 2.
Yeah, what number?
3.
Number this one on the right.
Oh, is that number 1? Is it
number 1?
This is number 1 here.
I got to stand on my head to see it's a 1.
Yeah.
It's a bit blurred because I put it on there when the ink was still wet.
Right.
But no, this one just here is 3.
Yeah.
This is 4. This is 5.
Yeah.
This is 6, and that's 7.
Right. Okay.
So we're talking about. You're talking about.
Yeah. So number one.
Yeah, that's it.
We got to stop that one growing too big in comparison with the middle big tree. Right. So that one, I want it to pull back upright a little bit, but I want you to cut a lot of that top away from it. You could probably even cut that one. It's very hard to try and describe it.
Look at it in the still pictures because it'd be a
yes, Jeff, please.
If we look at it in the still pictures. Dave, do you want to stop?
Yeah.
Stop your sharing and we'll go to the.
Right, now that might be easier said than
Go ahead and share.
I haven't even got it on here, my share now.
Yeah, you have.
Wait a minute. Where do you want to do that? There we go.
No, you still. Hold on.
You got me now.
Sorry. You got it?
Yeah.
Are we there?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
no,
you've done some work on that group.
We've done it again.
It's changed its species as well. Anyway, Dave. If you look at this picture here, you can get the feeling for your main tree is at the front, the big tree, and then the one to the left of it is dipping out,
Yeah.
angled out slightly, falling away, but
Yeah.
it's not too low. And then the trees on the right are slowly descending slightly to the right.
Yeah.
And you see the triadic shape as well?
Yeah.
This is what you've got to try and achieve on yours.
Okay. Very well.
So whose tree is that one?
That's mine,
That's
John.
Yeah, very nice, Sir Haid.
Thank you.
That's Aid's other one.
Yeah.
What's that? What is it, Aid?
That's another eight.
Asa.
Trident?
No.
No, mountain, isn't it?
That's nice, isn't it?
Very nice.
What was it, Adrian?
Sorry.
What tree was it?
No, it's just an Acer palmatum. Just to
Oh,
see.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
H, what's that branch on the left-hand side? 1, 2, little thin one. What's he doing? Going the opposite way to the others, yeah.
Oh, I got off again.
Jeff, you've got the controls.
You've got Roger now.
You've got the speaker coming up every time.
What's going on?
Jeff, you can turn that off.
Turn what off?
Got the speaker's photograph coming up every time someone speaks. That person appears on the screen. You can switch it off.
Just a sec.
Hey ho, happy families.
A lot of technology here.
Right, there we go.
No,
That was the group again.
no, it's not. It's our
No.
group.
No,
You're not there.
it's a group of people.
They're not.
Oh,
That's
now we
me.
got Richard. Now we got Roger. Ah, there we are again.
Ah, there we are. There we are.
That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave, if you think of when we were looking at 80s tree,
Yeah.
we want that big one. This is what you got as the front at the moment, which we're saying this is going to be the back.
Yeah.
All right.
The other
Yeah.
side.
That's it. That's better. Right. Okay. So the tree on the right, we've got to pull back in. I mean, you could pull that one back in, even if you follow the trunk line up past the label, past the little branch going up. You've got one going down, and then you've got two. One which is two little shoots going up, two twigs.
Yeah.
The little one, and you've got a bigger one, which is like a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to cut off what's going out to the right,
all of that.
Yeah. All of that off, yeah. And just let that one which is pulling back in, keep that one on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
Right.
Okay.
Now what you got to remember is that the tree behind it still wants to be lower than that one on the front, because the one behind it is further away. But I think if you can pull the big tree over to the right, and forward, and then also what you'll also have to do is the tree behind it, you'll also have to pull over to the right. That you got number 7, that's going to come forward and angle it right.
Yes.
And then the one behind it, which is, hang on, what's that?
Number 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 3. That one wants to go.
Twin trunk there, that one.
That's it. Yeah, that one wants to pull over to the right as well.
Do I need both trunks on that? Because if you probably can't see it, I can't point it, can I? But
Well, that second one is
the
second one's good.
That's got wire joining those two trunks together. Yeah, it's got a piece of wire joining them together.
Ah, right. I see that.
So
yeah, I take one off. I take the lower one off.
Yeah,
the right-hand side one, not the one with the label.
Yeah, the thin one.
Yeah.
Take
the thin one off. Take it off.
Well, then that trunk will probably spring over to where
it wants to. It will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Job done.
Job done. Okay. Okay.
Fine. It's quite a nice looking group. It's
I think that'll be all right. Yeah, you give that a few more years there, and once that gets established, once you start trimming it back, getting it to start to get a little bit more ramification into it.
Yeah, well, there is. It hasn't got any because what it was, there were a little teeny sprigs when we got them, single thing. I've grown them in a pot, then I've grown them in the ground. Well, in the ground wasn't the best soil going, which is why they sort of look a bit stunted, which was by accident more than anything else.
Yeah.
They didn't. I've not taken anything off the top. They've grown stunted like that. So and all sprung out in all different directions.
See, the thing is with oaks, you can knock them back pretty hard, and they do push out buds along the trunk. So if you've got to try and get some more to develop, they will develop.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what variety this is?
This was just common oak, wasn't it, Jeff?
It's what?
It was just common oak, weren't they?
It's just common.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Quercus robur. It's not English oak. It's got a narrow leaf.
No.
Was it? Mm.
Yeah, we did have a name from Taunton in actual fact. I thought it was a common oak, but yeah, we did because
I'd say Tony, I'd say that's common oak.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, because those that Dave got were common oak.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had a load of mine. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've got a group of these, and I've also got a group of other oaks with much broader, wider leaves.
Right.
Remember, Tony, that oaks do vary within the species.
Yes. Yeah.
You do get a lot of variation in oak.
Right.
Right. Julian.
Hi. Is my Scots
Hi, Julian.
pine?
Yeah, your Scots pine on there.
I haven't put it on there. It's a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's there, isn't it?
What do you think of it?
It's looking a little bit bedraggled.
It is a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that brown? It looks like browning on the tips a bit.
Not too much.
Not too much. All right. So it may be the picture a bit.
I got one or two more pictures. Let's go. That's the second one.
Yeah.
There's a closer one.
That's looking a bit better.
blurred. It is
Yeah,
a bit
there's a
blurred.
little bit of brown there as well.
When did you take these, Julian?
I took these
Recently?
about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's too much foliage there at all.
Yeah. Can we go back to the previous picture?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Jeff.
The first one or that one?
That one.
Yeah.
Right. The branch that looks out of place there is that second one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, three there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that almost doesn't want to be there.
Yes.
If that wasn't there, and you could bring down off the main trunk, the next branch up, bring that one to fill in that space, you'll actually have some quite nice movement going up through there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, bring that down.
Yeah. And I take this one off at the edge, on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Right,
Take that one right off.
That one there.
right off. Okay.
Yeah, right off.
Yeah.
Right. So then the next one you've got going up, is that to the back of the tree? If you go up at Jeff with your cursor.
Well, there's one at the back, isn't there? Lower
Yeah,
down.
come towards the stop
Yes.
there. That one.
That one.
That one. Yeah. If that one then is wired down, that can be brought in to that left-hand side.
Yeah.
And that would fill it in, and it would also thin out where it's congested at the top.
Right.
Right. I mean, the whole tree does look as though it needs a complete rewire now. So that bottom right-hand branch, that one's totally wiring again.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This, yeah. I mean, the whole tree needs a total rewire.
Quite weak,
Yes.
isn't it?
He's looking weak, that one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's also, I wonder whether, no, you couldn't really take that one off as well, could you?
Well, the problem is then if you take that off and you've removed the one above it,
Yeah.
the problem with the one above it, it's not got much towards the main trunk, is it? It's all on the end.
You could end up doing a literati.
I was going through my
bottom
mind.
three as a
Yeah,
suggestion.
I mean, that is another alternative as a literati.
It's meant to have, what is it, 7 or 9 bends in it, the trunk.
Well, not really.
Who says, Nige?
I'm asking you, you're the wise one.
No. There's no with literati, there's no given it's got to have X amount of bends in it. If you look at that book, which I consider to be the Bible, by I forgot his name now, the South African guy that passed away a few years ago, and you look at all the literati styles you can do, or there's the book by that American Chinese guy, which is all literati.
Yeah.
I say to everybody, get that book.
It's a good book.
It is a good book. It opens people's eyes up to literati, and I think most people that I say get the book, they see the one I show them. Patricia, you got the book, haven't you?
I got it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good book, Julian. It'd be worth doing. You getting it for what you can achieve. I think literati. I've done a lot of talks in clubs on literati, and I think literati is a style that people don't seem to do enough of, because they all want these full bodied trees, where literati is delicate, it's elegant,
and difficult.
Yes.
To get a good image, it is difficult.
Yeah. But bear in mind, with literati is not just about a tree going up.
Right.
Literatis can be done up. They can be reversed as well. Now, most of the literatis that a lot of Chinese do are in reverse. And the reverse literati, to me, is almost more attractive than the conventional upright one.
What do you call reverse, John?
Well, it's where the trunk is meandering up to the heavens, and then it comes back down on itself.
Oh, I see. I know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And you can use a lot of trees which are quite leggy and tall. As long as they're flexible, you can train them into this style, and it is very, very good to do.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, well done, Toad. Yeah, that's it. Can you see there? That's
Charles Saronio.
Charles Saronio, yeah.
Right. We'll go on to the next one. Tricia?
Jeff, I also have a video of this if there's time for it at the end.
Yeah,
You're Olive, is it?
Sorry?
An Olive?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll go through these first, and then you can run that at the end.
Okay.
That's one side, and that's the other. Which is your front?
The first one.
The first one.
I think so.
And the kidney beans?
That one.
I thought it was a tin of olives.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was a good crop.
I know the tree because Patricia got it from me, you see. So what you'll want to be doing now, Patricia, on there, olives do respond by quite hard pruning to get fuller foliage pads. I was actually looking at one of mine in the polytunnel the other day, and I was thinking, shall I knock it back? And then, of course, it's cold weather coming, and I thought, no, I'm not. But what I would probably do on there now is the branch down on the first one, the low down one. I would take back to about just one pair of leaves, possibly two pair of leaves. You know, really hit it back hard. That will push more out. Now, is that some shoots that's coming?
Yeah, it's
where
still growing amazingly.
There's two branches.
Yeah.
When I show the video, you'll see there's a lot of new growth all over.
Yeah, is that new growth at the base of the branch joining the trunk?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what you want to do on that, you want to get just down from the cursor. Go on over. It's there. That's it there.
Oh, there.
Yeah, see it to the right of the cursor.
Just there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you'll want to remove those, Patricia, those shoots, because they'll take the energy from where you want it in the branch itself.
Okay.
But
John,
go on.
John, you will remember that it had almost a full canopy on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I cut out a lot from the center.
Yeah.
And then just let it go.
Yeah.
But when would be a good time to start pruning again?
I'd leave it at the moment. I'd probably think about, let's leave it to about the end of March, end of March. I would do it. You got this one in your greenhouse, haven't you?
Yeah. But in the meantime, I should pinch out the new growth.
Yeah, take that new growth off.
Okay. Because there's a lot more in the right-hand side.
Yeah. I can just about see it there. Now, on that first branch, because there's two little twigs there, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's one coming out lower down.
Yeah.
If we can get the shoots to come out longer, we might be able to get rid of the one at the back.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just got the one.
But leave it for the time being.
Yeah. I can probably have a look at that for you when we do the job we still got to do on your Satsuki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
This is this belongs to Helen. Helen couldn't come down tonight, but I took some pictures of a couple of the trees. As you can see, there's snow on the ground. This is an elm.
Yeah.
English elm, and it's around about 30 years old. 30.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's beautiful.
It's on a stone. I mean, I've said to her a couple of times it could do with a bigger pot and so on, but she likes it the way it is. So
do you know what you want to say to her, Jeff? That would actually look quite nice on a slab or what was it had? Oh, the what that oak was planted on earlier in that was it sort of a scalloped ceramic slab?
Yeah,
something like that. That would look nice.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, want to trim back some of the shoots on there.
Yeah,
the only trouble, nip them back a bit. But I quite like these when they got all these exposed roots and that. You know, it's very, how do I put it, alien-like.
Yeah.
But you see, the pot does detract from the tree and the rock.
Yeah.
You know, it's the wrong color for a start.
Yeah.
To have a white one, you know, it looks very creamy color. But I reckon a little scalloped ceramic one or a slab, it will look really nice on them.
Okay, that's fine. And I did a second one. This is also film. That's one side, and that's the other side. I'm not sure which her front is. I need to tell her to get the wire off. I just realized it's on there.
It's biting in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what is that? Is that a birch?
No, it's an elm, I think. It's
an elm again. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's an elm. Yeah.
You could do with that lump, I suppose, but.
Yeah, I thought first of all it was a rock. You know, it was planted on.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Now she wants to nibble that away a little bit there, really. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I'd almost say going up on the left, where that branch crosses the other one, which is going up.
That one there.
Come down, Jeff. No, yeah, come. Yeah, that one crossing over with the one to the left of it.
Yeah.
No, bring your cursor left. Go left with it. Stop.
Well,
that one there. Yeah. Yeah.
We take that one off. Or back.
Yeah, I'd be very tempted to take that one off. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Keep this one. And take
Yeah.
That. Oh, yeah.
Take that one off.
Okay. Back.
It's a very sort of naturalistic.
Yeah.
Sort of style, isn't it?
Yeah.
The problem is with that one, the second branch going up the main trunk, the second one which does the fork. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people would look at it and say, "Let's take that whole branch off." But if you do that, you've got that horrible little right angle bend almost in the main trunk.
Yeah. Yeah. What about this one? This one needs.
It wants shortening back a little bit, I think.
So maybe there.
Yeah, or there, just where you got it there now. Back to about there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the tree, on the main trunk, really want to take some of that back in. That first, that one up above you there, yeah. Take that back into the one which is dropping down. No, drop down, drop down, drop down.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one there. Take it back to that one.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then on the top, up above there. Right, we got another cross and branch here. Yeah, just up above there, Jeff, is the one behind it running in line. I can't quite see whether.
Hold on.
Can you blow that up?
That's that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that one there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I
think I'd possibly take that one out, the one at the back.
Yeah.
The one that's crossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
would take that one out. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell her that.
Yeah.
When we eventually get back to doing things.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. All right. This is the one of my olives.
Yeah.
I bought it in Soyu in 2018.
Yeah.
I repotted it last spring, and I cut a chunk off the bottom, a flat chunk off the bottom, because it wouldn't go in the pot. And that pot's about probably close to 3.5 inches so deep.
Yeah, yeah.
So we took a slice off the bottom, and away it went. I've not really done very much to it. There's a bit of wire on there. But the intention at some point in time is to do some carving.
Yeah.
On there.
Can you blow that top section up a bit, Jeff? Yeah, right around.
Oh, it didn't work.
Right. Sorry.
It didn't work. I thought it was going to work.
That big area there, you could almost carve that away, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Big section.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite.
I wanted it to settle down.
Yeah, yeah.
After repotting, so
because olives can soak for a while when you do repot and when you do a lot of drastic work, they will soak. What's the height of that and width of diameter of trunk?
Oh, it's I suppose the trunk at the bottom must be 8 inches, 9 inches across.
Yeah,
at least, and it's about 2 foot.
Yeah,
I suppose roughly.
Yeah.
That's a trolley jack to lift it, then, Jeff.
The big, sorry,
Trolley jack to lift it.
it's heavy. The big problem I found with it last summer was every week, literally, I was cutting suckers off.
Yeah.
Literally on a weekly basis. But it's okay. It's doing fine. You know, it's so once I've got the repotting season out of the way, I'll think about doing some work on it.
I mean, it's surprising how quickly you can style an olive.
Yeah.
If you've got a nice vigorous one.
Yeah.
I'm actually just scrolling down here. Let's see if I've got a picture I could hold up of the olive I potted last year. Where's here?
Yeah.
All this musical interlude.
9 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. What I done, because I have a really massive trunk one. I think Patricia's seen it. I don't know if I can show you this or not.
Let me drop out.
Yeah.
I know you.
Right. So if I go to my camera, which is there, now this was the pot that I put it in. So I had that pot made specially, so it's deep.
Yeah.
It's a deep one.
I got a coloration sort of blue, which would really go with the the olive, nice contrast to it. And I went for this depth of pot, and even with that, I had to cut about 2-3 inches off the base, like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sliced it off, John. Did you just cut it right through?
Yeah, with a saw. Yeah. Yeah. Where is the other one? Show a picture here of it potted. Because I got so many pictures here.
Yeah.
While John's looking for that, I'm going to have to go in a minute. So I'll say thank you very much for letting me join the Blackmore Club tonight. We'll see you all again.
All right.
Richard. Bye-bye,
Rick.
Bye. All the best.
Bye.
Where's he gone? Oh yeah. I got an olive.
Right.
That I was given, and the root is like about the size of a grapefruit, perfectly round.
Yeah.
And the roots itself, the bases, like the nabari, if you like, are round, and the roots are like the roots on the bottom of a bulb. It's quite strange.
Well, it's all fine root.
Yeah, it's all feeder root. It's growing loads of upright shoots like fishing rods.
Yeah.
It's an ugly, ugly thing. So I keep taking cuttings and seeing if I can bring anything on.
If anybody, has anybody got these massive great oaks like in their garden? Sorry, olives in their gardens. These big ones you can get. Yeah. Now, with a lot of those, if you actually see them, it's not big, hefty roots coming off of them. They've got actually a very fine root structure.
Exactly. Yeah, they have.
And
suckers, loads of suckers on it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you've got on that one, Tony.
Yeah, it's ugly. I'm only keeping it for cuttings. I'm just hoping that the cuttings don't form a root in the same style. Unfortunately, I put about 24 cuttings in last autumn.
Yeah.
In between the rows, I sowed some acorns and sweet chestnuts. But unfortunately, the squirrel and the rabbits between them have dug everything out. I'm not sure what I'm going to have left. We'll see.
Right. What else we got then while I'm scrolling through here?
Let me continue. I'm not sure what.
Quirk is super.
I couldn't get a decent picture, partly because of the. I bought it again. I bought that in Solihull in 19.
Yeah.
I've not done anything to it. You can see that it needs probably could be repot this year.
Jeff, can I ask you, where have you got that one at the moment?
In the garden, outside.
Right. Okay.
You went through last winter, okay?
Yeah, but last winter is nothing like compared with this
No, that's
winter.
true. That's true.
You got a garage?
I could probably get it inside.
I would protect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just all these have come from mainly from Spain, Italy, or Sicily.
Right.
And I've known so many people have them and lose them, you know, when the temperatures have got down. I had 19 trees that my mate down in Penzance gave me of the same species.
All right.
And I potted them up and they were doing really well. I mean, they had trunks on them, 3-4 inches across.
Yeah.
Growing really well. And in 2010, when we had that, the last time we had temperatures like this,
yeah,
every one of them died.
All right.
The only one that lived was one which I had as a seedling I got from Westonbrook years ago.
Yeah.
And that's still growing because that's been used to the cold all the way through. But I would try and give it a bit of protection, Jeff.
Okay, I will do.
And it's going to feel like -9 tonight, so you might want to get it in tonight, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
John, are you saying that olives still all right to be outside?
Olives?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are hardy. They will go down. I mean, my olives that I had here, the big one I've got, that went down to -16 in 2010. And that came through okay.
Yeah.
We're -1 here at the moment in Taunton.
Oh,
That's impossible. That's -1.
That's absolutely balmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balmy. I am. What am I here? I'm waiting for it to register up.
Going up to +2 at 4 o'clock in the morning, apparently.
Oh, right.
That's good news.
Get the bathers out.
Did anybody else have any pictures? Any of you guys have any pictures there? Because
I am -3.2 here.
Right.
John, can I ask, you've been talking about NMAG, the fertilizer.
Yeah.
Other than your good self, where would one get it?
It's not easy to get, I will say, because
I know, I've just been on the web.
Yeah.
I got
the last bag I got, I don't know, I bought a bag, but that was like 90 odd quid, I think it was.
That's a 25 kilo bag.
Yeah, it's bloody heavy, that stuff. It is heavy. I think it's probably only Chris Thomas and myself that borrow to buy this stuff.
Yeah.
Because Chris used it, but it's places like what's it, BGHS, BSGH, something like that up in. You've got one down in one up near Worcester. This is trade places, but whether they would sell to non-trade, I don't know.
What would be an equivalent then, John?
There isn't really one. That's why we use NMAG. NMAG is what they use on a lot of things like golf courses. It's got a lot of stuff in there. There's magnesium, but there's a lot of things in there, and it does create good growth.
I've got a golf club about 200 yards up the hill beside me. I think I'd go and rattle my mate Colin again.
The midnight raid, Nigel.
Yeah, he locks his warehouses.
I know some years ago, I was chatting to Chris and that, and we were discussing fertilizers, and he said, NMAG is superb stuff. And I know at the time, I forget what he paid for a bag of the stuff, but I then started to try and get some because I used it years ago. and you used to be able to get it at garden centres, but you can't now.
No, I've looked at Mole Valley Farmers, local, while you guys have been talking. There's a place in Penzance and another one just north of Leeds, I found.
What was that company?
I've taken off the screen there.
Oh, right.
It was a bunch of initials, which I think you were saying.
Yeah, NMAG. So I can bring that quickly to let you all know.
If it's that good, we ought to sort of get some type of cooperative together and distribute it.
Buy some as a club.
Something like, yeah, like that, Roger. Just a thought.
Good idea.
Ideal.
Okay. Trisha, do you want to run your video?
Yeah, would you like to see it?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, please.
If I can.
John, if we buy it as a club and we could only get it as a trader, could you get it for us?
To be honest, I would want to make something out of it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't do things like that now because I've got the work, I've got the ordering. It's through my accounts. Yeah. I mean, I sell the stuff. I sell the stuff if people want the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have to decline that because I've had people before asking, can I get it from clubs? And I go, no.
All right.
Because when you do that, and I'm not being funny here, but when you do that, it puts other people out of business.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm very anti for that because I remember some years ago, a person at Surrey Heath, no longer doing bonsai, started buying pots from a trader, selling them to the club members at what he was buying them for. The trader then, the wholesaler that was making them, suddenly wondered why we weren't buying any, and we said, well, why would we bother? So, we didn't bother.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
You see my point?
Yeah.
I'm in it. Other people are in it, traders to make a business.
We're trying to stay in business at the moment.
Well, this is it. So if I go giving stuff away, which is basically what you're doing, you're out of business.
Yeah.
So not being funny, Tony, but no.
Okay. Had to ask.
I have a lot of little baggies. Could you fill some up and sell it to us?
Yeah, I said I do sell it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some of my baggies.
Yeah, I got plenty of baggies. Right, what we're on to now is, will we get any more pictures?
Yeah.
Trisha.
There we go.
Oh, music.
We're not seeing anything at the moment, Trisha.
All we've got is a list of programs, Trish.
It's not?
No.
Then I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Jeff, can I thank you for inviting me, and I have to be going as well.
You're on, okay, no problem.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye, Nigel.
Yeah. See you, Nigel.
Bye, Nigel. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Try one more time. Oops.
Now you're sharing your screen now, but
Yeah.
Sharing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
A musical turntable.
Cake stand.
I thought you would have had some Mongolian throat singing going with it, Trisha.
Well, next time.
This is a standing joke between Patricia and myself, you see.
Trisha, could you move your cursor up a bit? Because
Yeah.
hopefully that will get rid of the
Start.
yeah.
So you see where all these ships are coming out on the truck.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
lift them
so
out. Yeah.
Yeah, just wipe those away.
Yeah.
That's good to see that you've got plenty coming there. I mean, that's the area where we've still got to do some work up there, where there's several branches coming out at that position.
Yeah.
It may be that that one which is going directly up there at the moment, we actually wire it and bring that over a little bit. See the roots on there? I think that's what Tony was on about.
Roots on where?
The base of the tree. Can you go back a bit?
Yeah.
Where they all come out fine roots?
Yeah.
No, mine are all on the bottom of the ball underneath, like a tulip bulb.
Oh, underneath, yeah.
It's like the size of a grapefruit. The shape
yeah.
of a grapefruit, and the roots are all right at the very bottom, like the south.
Right.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Good.
That's lovely.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I think enough of that. Yeah.
Lovely. So if you stop share,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well done.
Yep. Anyone else got any more? No?
I've got a video of that group
Go on then. Yeah.
that I could share.
Okay.
But now let me see. Yeah. Right.
I'm going to disappear now, so.
All right, Julian.
Thanks a lot. I enjoyed it.
Julian.
Thanks.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Yeah, I just a word of warning. I tried to edit this unsuccessfully, I think. So apologies now. But here we go. If it's going to work. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Can you all see that all right?
No.
No.
Not seeing it.
No.
Just the old.
What are you seeing?
That box.
You.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, in that case, I may have failed. You can't see that then?
No.
No.
Oh, all right.
Your share screen's not working.
Oh, dear. Hang on. I can't get back to you now.
We're here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Follow our voice.
Right. Try that. I don't know. That's share, isn't it?
Share screen, yeah.
Ah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Got it. Right. Okay. Like I said, apologies for this.
All we want is a picture.
Here we go.
Ah.
So that's got the big tree at the front, as John instructed.
Yeah.
These are actually Orange Dream.
Oh, yeah.
That all originated as £3 seedlings from Morrison's.
How long ago, Aid?
Oh, well, the biggest one probably 8 or 10 years, but then I collected them over a period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
And the pot there, well, I think that I bought that. That was one of John Stewart's, I think.
Was it? Yeah.
And I did originally try planting it the other way round. I don't know if this is going to work. But you can see it's got these strange upturned corners on it. But I actually, in the end, came to the conclusion that it should be that way. Anyway,
looks good.
It really complements the the group, that pot with the upturned lips. Imagine that oak group. What Dave's putting together, that would look quite nice in there.
Yes, it would. Yeah, I mean it's quite an unusual. Well, it's not really a pot or a slab. It's I don't quite know how John made it. I've got two of his.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean it felt a bit strange planting it with the upturned corners at the front, but actually it works better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives it character.
It does, yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's just yeah, a bunch of those Orange Dream seedlings.
I like the triangle shape. That's very nice, Adrian.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yes, very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice group.
How long's that been planted, Aid?
Probably planted together 4 or 5 years.
Oh, right.
So
Very
there's
nice.
7 there. There's 7 of them in there. Total cost then £21.
We call it a bargain.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else has worked with Orange Dream. They seem to be quite good.
I got a big one in the garden, big orange dream, and it's prolific for growing.
Do you know what, Adrian, with Orange Dream, which is, they always say it was an improved version of Katsura.
Yeah.
Slightly bigger leaves than that. But when I do the shows and I saw all those young Acer cultivars, the Orange Dream is the hardest one to sell.
Really?
Because once the initial color is gone, it goes horrible.
Yeah.
And it's not a good one during the summer. I always end up with loads of those at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And when I buy in all the stock, I always say, don't give me any Orange Dream or just a few, because you'll end up with a load at the end of the season.
Well, I rather like them. I like.
Yeah.
They seem to
It's a lovely spring color. Lovely.
Yeah.
It's the new growth. It's beautiful color, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel that's coming on as a nice winter image for the group. So,
Yeah.
Definitely worth playing around with. Now, while I've got you, then there is one other thing I can share, which is, can you see that?
Well,
No.
Only your group.
Sorry.
Same group.
You're back on. You're still on the group. Okay, let's go back there then. Oh. No, this doesn't seem to be.
it's a group there.
Still the group there. Right. Okay. I don't know.
You've got a little arrow on the right of the screen. Can't you click on that?
I'm still on the group. If I get rid of that.
Yeah.
Is that gone?
No, not yet.
No.
Group's still there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I've done wrong then.
The arrow on the left at the top, Aid.
Oh, yeah, that might do something.
Can you see that? Anything?
No.
Oh, I'm not much good at this, am I? My screen sharing is paused. Is that it?
Could be.
We're still on the group.
You just see the group still, can you?
Yeah, still there.
Oh dear. Well, I think I'll have to give up on that then. I don't know. You can't see that when I share it.
No.
Still got the group.
Adi, can you move your cursor?
Yeah.
Can you move your cursor to the arrow mid-screen far right?
Down a bit.
No, I
Want to move?
no, this is not going right. So if I stop the share for a moment and go back there. Perhaps if we share screen again and see if I can trying to share too many things, I think.
Yeah.
Can I show you the
Yeah, go
picture
on.
of the olive? This is taken about, this is a stump. That was a stump, and that's taken about 2 years to get that structure going on there.
All right.
That's beautiful.
Lovely.
It's big. It's heavy-ish, but I saw it. When I saw it for sale, it was a living great deep pot, flower pot, and I thought it's got to be down to the bottom, and it was. But it did cut the section off of it, got it into that pot. And it's not always the way we would normally go with size of pot to a tree. But when you've got something like that, you're better off thinking of the health of the tree. And it's a big cumbersome thing. So a nice pot like that, you know, it suited it.
Yeah.
Looks good. Has it won any prizes yet?
I have had no shows to put it into.
Oh, no. Only,
No, nothing.
only online ones.
Yeah.
So how tall is it, John?
What is it? I suppose the
Really?
overall thing is about
Quite big then.
20 inches, 2 foot.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
20 inches, I reckon. Yeah.
Bit big to carry around then.
So how's your hernia?
Yeah, I still feel it now and again. I tell you what, since I was talking to you on Wednesday, a lot of you, I've put even more inside the polytunnel now. I can just about get in the doorway now. There's so much rammed in there now. And I've actually watered twice outside, spraying the evergreens and actually dampening the soil. We were on about what was it, Adrian? The obstacles, wasn't it?
Yeah, the obstacles.
Well, the obstacles have come and then disappeared, of course, you know. just disappear.
Yeah.
So I've always got into that habit, to something I learned from the Dutch nurseries over there when they do all the stuff there, that you spray the foliage of evergreens and it stops the desiccation happening. And I was looking at that big juniper I got, which I took to Belgium over to the trophy 2-3 years ago, and I was just looking at the tips on a couple of them, and they were looking a little bit pale. So I've sprayed that one over twice, and it sort of arrests the enforced transpiration of the tree.
Are they inside, John?
No, outside.
And you're still spraying them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Don't do it when it's absolutely freezing. You know, let the temperature get up above freezing.
Yeah.
Well, we've got sunshine today.
Yeah, I just sprayed them over, and I did them yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, if you get, you'll soon know if your evergreens go, because they won't go at first. It'll be about a month later when you suddenly start to see all the foliage going a grey colour. When I was running evening classes down in Cheddar, I had 2 or 3 people that used to come from Weston, and they'd all brought trees in to ask a question: what was causing this on the junipers and pines? So I tried to work out, I said, right, where are you based to? What's your garden position? And what it was the wind at Weston, when we had that cold spell, was blowing between the houses, and it was literally desiccating all one side of the tree. So
Really?
one side of the tree was totally burnt.
Yeah. Disastrous.
I think there's going to be a lot of trees this year damaged. Mind you, we got it mild this coming week.
Yeah,
we have.
What we don't want is it to go back cold again. Otherwise, we're screwed.
Yeah, absolutely.
The worst time last year, the most damage was done on the 12th of May.
Yes.
That was the most damage done all winter.
Yeah.
It really was.
Well, that Jeff, I can reinforce that, Jeff, because I was due to do Chelsea, okay?
Yeah.
Which was cancelled. Had I been doing Chelsea, I probably would not have been able to have done a display, and I would have pulled out.
Right.
Because all the trees that I had ready for Chelsea, we had 2 nights frosts.
Yeah, that's right.
Which went down to about -4, -5, and they totally screwed the trees up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all your maple.
Well, not just maple, even pines.
Really?
I had damage to white pines and also a yew absolutely clobbered by that late frost.
Yeah.
But what you find with white pines, though, is that they get clobbered, those buds don't open out, and you end up just rubbing them off. That they will start to rebud again, and then the new candles come out in the flipping autumn.
Oh,
and then, of course, they're nice and fresh.
Yeah.
But if you get a cold winter again, it'll take those off.
Yeah.
You can't win.
No.
No.
Let me read you the long range weather forecast from the 17th to the 26th, which is from the Met Office. He says this period begins with temperatures much milder than of late, with temperatures returning to around average, slightly above for most, and with some mild spells being seen in the south and west. The UK looks to be split broadly east and west in terms of the general weather types, with the west being wet with strong winds at times, and the east being drier and finer. Any snowfall also then most likely becomes restricted to the Scottish mountains. From the weekend of the 20th, there are signs of more widespread settled conditions becoming established, which would correspond with temperatures falling back to below average and with increased incidence of overnight frost and fog. And then there's another week from the 26th to the 12th of March, which is shorter. It says into late February, there's a signal for higher than average pressure to expand westwards, leading to an increased chance of snow showers redeveloping in the east, for conditions in the north to become generally quite settled, and for unsettled weather in the south, with disruptive snow possible. A similar picture continues into March, though milder conditions in the west look more likely to spread northwards. So, mixed bag, really.
Yeah.
What was it Captain Mannering said? We're doomed. We're doomed.
Yeah, doomed, whichever you do.
Oh well. Oh well.
All right, then. Anyway.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
If we haven't got any more.
No.
Thank you very much, John, and all the guys from.
All right. Enjoyed it.
Well, thanks, John. Been a lovely meeting.
Good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Good night.
Bye.